Good morning. My name's Tom. I come to you from the Rustic log cabin in northern Maine. Welcome to my cabin today. I'm having coffee. This is a brand new cup. One of my favorite cups now. My grandson Caleb bought me this for Christmas. It's a nice cup. Keeps my coffee very hot. Thank you, Caleb. Well, I'm out here in the woodshed today. I'm getting ready to sharpen a chainsaw. I installed a vise on my stump over there for sharpening the saw. So I'm going to sharpen that up. I got to cut some firewood today. But I had something that's been on my mind and on my heart that I wanted to share today. It's a little bit away from what this channel is about, but I feel like I've been told to do this. So I'm going to obey, and I'm going to do this. We live in a funny time right now. I've stayed away from the news now for months because if you can't believe all of it, then you can't believe none of it. So that kind of puts us all in a kind of a mess, because over the years you could at least believe most of it. But I'm going to tell you what's on my mind and go from there. That's why I'm out in the woodshed today. Old school. A lot of the important topics and discussions and a lot of important stuff, you get called out to the woodshed growing up, and country people know exactly what I'm talking about. If you got called out to the woodshed, it was pretty serious. So that's why I'm out here in the woodshed today. It's not an accident that I'm out here. This is serious to me. So that's why I'm in the woodshed. That is my favorite place to sit. I love sitting in the woodshed. Today we've got snow on the ground. It's clouded in. This morning I woke up at the crack of dawn and I went out on the porch to get some firewood, and the sun was just peeking through the trees, bright orange. And I thought, my goodness, that's a wonderful thing. Oh. Evil men have tried to take over this country right now. And it may look like they're succeeding. But I've spent my lifetime in the wilderness and in God's creation. I sat out in a lake and I look around and I could see forever. And it just makes you feel like God is touching down on you and you're in God's home. Same thing up on top of a mountain. I've stood on many mountains or high spots, and you can look over and you can see a vast countryside. It's just something that comes in me that you just know that you're in God's creation. And it's always been that way for me. So my point is God is pretty mighty. And my God can move mountains. Always has. He's always been with me. Always. I won't go through some of the many times that I know God was carrying me as well as saved me from a lot of situations. Some physical, some I could have been killed in easily. And you just knew that God's hand was there because you lived to tell about it. Well, I kind of feel like that's what we're in right now. Like I said a minute ago, evil men have tried to take over this country. My personal thought, I don't believe it's going to go the way that they think it is. Because there's a lot of stuff right now going down that God really doesn't like and actually hates. I won't get into all that because you know, even the evil men know what God hates. And they can sugarcoat it and they can paint it up. It's like Sarah Palin said, you can put lipstick on a pig, but you still got a pig. So I kind of feel that's what they're doing right now. They're painting it up, putting a lipstick on it, trying to make it look as good as it possibly can. Well, I don't think it's going to go that way. So be patient. Wait. One thing about being a deer hunter, and a hunter in generally, or a fisherman, ice fisherman, is you learn patience. Because you sit on the ice pack out there in a fish house for a week for one fish. 8 to 10 hours a day, you learn patience. So this may be one of them times where be patient. Be patient and wait on God. Because I got a feeling we're about to see something pretty big. I just feel it. I feel it all the time. I just feel like there's something big on the way. Something that we probably have never seen. In our lifetimes, I know we haven't seen it. Probably ain't seen it since the day of Noah. But that's a kind of what's on my mind right now here at the cabin and in my daily chores. But stay away from the social media. You know, just because there's a talking head on there, which it seems like no matter where you go, there's a talking head. Now what I mean by talking head is a professional that's going to tell you the way it is. I don't buy a lot of that crap. They've been shoveling that stuff for years. Especially the last 5 years. They've been shoveling a lot of that BS. And I know it probably looks pretty grim right now. I know it does to me. But I also know I have a pretty powerful God. He created everything that I play in. I'm pretty sure He's going to fix this mess. Because this country was founded on "In God We Trust." And God's hand is still on this country. People from all over the world want to come here and live because of what we have. All over the world they try to cross our borders and come here because of what we have. They're not coming here because it's a crap country that the media would like you to believe. They're coming here because other parts of the world are pretty crappy compared to our lifestyle. That's why they come here. So don't believe that crap, that we live in a crappy country. We will take it back. And this is kind of a warning to you evil men that think that you can take this over. And evil women. You know who I'm talking to. You're playing with fire. The real fire. God's fire. And He has an army. So let me tell you. You're barking up a pretty big tree. I do believe that the election was stolen by evil men that figured out how to game the system. But I also believe that was in God's plan. What do you mean by that was in God's plan? Well, I'm going to tell you. You can't see evil until it comes out from the darkness. Well, the evil has come out of the darkness, and now it's on full display. There will be no questions when this is over as to who the evil players are in this country and around the world. So that's why I'm saying, be patient, wait, pray. Because something big is about to happen. That's how I feel. Like I said in the beginning, this video is going to be kind of different. But I'm only doing what I feel I've been told to do. God has not given us this great country for only 250 years. Think about it. They can try to cancel culture and cancel everything. That only works in the media if you believe it. We all know how this country was founded. It's only the last 20 years that they have been teaching this crap in our colleges and probably in our local schools. Who knows? But you can't cancel God's word on where this country came from. It was founded on God-fearing people. That's why it says on our dollar bills, "In God we trust." Well, I'm here to tell you that East Grand Woodsman has always trusted in God. You cannot believe in God and walk around in this great country up here and not know His hand is upon you. So I think the name of this video is going to be "In God We Trust." I take a moment every once in a while, make sure that I am number one, doing what I was told, and number two, making sure that there's not any more. I have a song that I would never remember all the words, and I never do. I sing it out in the boat because to the hum of the outboard, I sound pretty good. Maybe I'll slip in the sound of an outboard right here. It's a long song, so I never get all the words when I'm out in the boat, but I do love to sing the song. And my wife plays the piano, and every once in a while she'll play the piano so I can sing this song. But it's an important song to me because I really feel that It touches me, number one, but it also is what my lifestyle is. And it's mainly the chorus is what I sing. I don't even know the name of the song. It's in an old hymn book. Goes something like this. I go to the rock of my salvation. I go to the stone that the builders rejected. I run to the mountains and the mountains stand by me. I go to the rock of my salvation. I go to the stone that the builders rejected. I run to the mountains and the mountains stand by me. When all around me is sinking sand, I go to the rock of my salvation. I go to the mountains and the mountains stand by me. I go to the rock of my salvation. I go to the stone that the builders rejected. I run to the mountains and the mountains stand by me. When all around me is sinking sand, I go to the rock of my salvation. I go to the mountains and the mountains stand by me. So be patient. Wait upon the Lord. Whatever you do, don't get sucked in to the media. I believe that you are going to find that the media is going to crash and burn in this country. Because you can't spread a bunch of lies for 5 years and think you're going to get away with it. You know, some people are very stupid. Most aren't. I would say the bulk of this country is smarter than they give us credit for. So I think the media will crash and burn, and you will see new media start to grow. So maybe we can get back to believing what they say. So, the wind's blowing. I've got some more tasks to do. In God's infinite wisdom, He saw fit to blow some trees across my snowmobile trail. So now I'm going to go clean up those trees. But it's going to get me two things. Number one, I'm going to get my snowmobile trail cleaned up. It's the Silverback Trail. The trees that have fallen across it are dead and dry. So I've got a trailer that I built up yesterday. It's an old dog sled that I've had for 30 years. I put it back into service. I've been working on it for a little while. Put it back into service, so as I cut them trees up, I'm going to load them into my dog sled and haul them back here to this woodshed. Well, I would like to make a few trips if I can. And I'm going to do that tomorrow as well, so we'll try to add into the wood bank here. I've been taking too much wood out of the wood bank, so it's time to put some wood back into the bank. But I just want to end this video with, to God be the glory for everything that He has done. And I will see you in the next one.